Why isn't my spouse responding to my text message? I have been texting him for almost 10 minutes now and no response. You know what? Let me call him. Let me just give him a call because I don't understand. What? It's not even ringing. This is more than ah, ah, it didn't even ring. Let's look at another one. I'm on social media. What? Why is he liking this girl's picture? And that emoji with a heart? So how is it that when I posted my picture, he didn't put a like? And he didn't even say anything about my post. This is ridiculous. I don't understand this. Now, if this is something that you're familiar with, stay tuned as we dive deeper into this discussion. Hello everyone and welcome to another video with Relationship Coach Sue, your certified relationship coach, where we aim to provide practical and real-life experiences, and we aim to provide solution-oriented tips that might be helpful in resolving issues in relationship. In today's video, we will be looking at the impact on constant connectivity on overanalysis in relationship. Now, in today's digital world, it is important for couples and individuals to be constantly connecting. Now, the use of technology has its good and it has its bad. Social media has made it possible for us to constantly keep up with our partners and to constantly keep up with others. And while this connectivity might have many benefits, there are also some downside to this, particularly in fostering overanalysis and unhealthy comparison. Let us look at the example. Let us use example one as it relates to instant messages. When we text our spouses, we are expecting an instant response. And when we don't get those instant responses, we tend to get a little bit anxious and we tend to assume and insinuate different things. When couples send text messages through social media or other form of instant messaging, a delay response, we tend to scrutinize the timing and we tend to scrutinize the responses. And if we don't get a quick response or we might get a short response, we tend to scrutinize it or we tend to dissect. Why is it that the response is delayed, or why is it that the response is short? And then we might analyze it to be of disinterest, or we might analyze it to be that the person just don't have you as a priority. A delay response or a brief message can be overanalyzed as being interpreted as being your partner not be interested, and this can cause conflict, even though they might have a reasonable explanation. Let's look at another one. The use of emojis and punctuation. Sometimes these can be misinterpreted or misskewed as insinuating something that it's really not intended for. And this can lead to unnecessary worrying and thinking. For example, a simple okay might be interpreted as being annoyed or indifferent, which might cause the recipient to feel stressed and worried about the state of the relationship. Let's look at social media interaction, and we're going to use the example of the second one that was mentioned earlier on. When our spouse tend to post emojis and responds to pictures and comments and likes on social media, sometimes this can be miscued and partners might interpret it as being some sort of infidelity or some sort of mistrust, and this can tend to build tension in relationships and cause partners to question their relationship status. For example, over analyzing what one's partner posts on Facebook can lead to unnecessary questioning or jump to unnecessary conclusions. Say, for instance, a partner might post on social media enjoying the company of their friends, then this can be interpreted as a sign that your partner is not prioritizing your relationship. This can cause a psychological toll on the relationship and bring issues such as mental strain, where individuals are constantly overanalyzing things, they're comparing themselves to others, and it can lead to an emotional and mental breakdown. It can also cause individuals to feel perpetually anxious, and this can cause a breakdown in the relationship. Another psychological toll that this can take on your relationship is an over-analysis of trust within your relationship. And this can lead couples to believe, or this can lead one partner to believe that they are not trustworthy and the trust has been broken, and this can cause a strain in your relationship where distrust is built in the relationship and the stability of your relationship can be compromised. If one partner constantly feel that they are being scrutinized and that they are not trustworthy, feel like they cannot be trusted, then this can tend to damage the openness and the communication of the relationship. That can damage the openness and trust, which is very essential for a healthy relationship. Another psychological toll that this can have is mistrust and miscommunication, which can lead to unnecessary arguments, unnecessary conflict, because partners are not clear and partners are finding themselves constantly being misunderstood or constantly have to be explaining themselves in the relationship, and this can cause conflict and a breakdown in the relationship. Now let us look at some of the steps that couple can take to mitigate the impact of over-analysis of instant message on social media. First, you will need to establish open and honest communication. Discussing between the partners things that affects you on social media, what affects you, your likes and your dislikes, being open about it without having to be there being any arguments. Discuss concerns. Regularly talk about things that affects you on social media. What is it that you like, what you don't like, and how you guys plan to go about this on social media, and doing it without having any sort of argument, just having open and honest communication. Another thing, clarify intentions. What are your intentions for the use of social media? What are your intentions when you post this on social media or when you don't post this on social media? So having that conversation between individuals can be very helpful, and this will help to open the space, open the medium or the media by which you guys communicate, so you can have a clear understanding, like what is it that we're okay with and what is it that we're not okay with. Another important one, setting boundaries. You have to set boundaries. You have to set limits. You have to set privacy. What is it that we as a couple want to put on social media? What is it that we want to share? Are we comfortable with it? So just setting boundaries can be very helpful in open and honest communication. Agreeing on social media use. Agreeing about what do we post on social media, right? What is it that we want to post on social media? If we're having relationship issues? Do we want to post that on social media? So establishing these boundaries and just making it very clear between the partners can be very helpful. Defining social media privacy. Discussing what are the boundaries, what is it that you will monitor, or what is it that we agree to monitor as to what is posted on social media. So all of these are very important just to ensure that you and your partner is on the same page. Another thing that can be very, very useful is to practice reassurance, right? Regular affirmation can help to reduce anxiety, just to make sure that you are checking in with each other, just to ensure that you are reaffirming each other about your feelings and about your commitment in the relationship. Also checking in on your spouse, just to ensure that they are feeling reaffirmed, they are feeling safe, they are doing well, their emotional well-being, they're doing well. And if they have any doubt, any questions, they, it can be clarified. We can talk about this, we can have communication about these are some of the things that you would want to take into consideration. Another thing is avoid jumping to conclusion. Pause before reacting. Just sometimes we just need to take a pause. Pause before you react. Take deep breaths. Ensure that your questions or your concern are valid, they are legit, they are worth questioning, because sometimes we question things based on how we feel or based on anxiety, and it's not really a valid question. So, just pause, take a deep breath, think about what is it that I am, questioning my spouse about. Is it necessary? Is it valid? Things like those can help. Another important thing is to seek clarification. Do not jump to conclusion. So if something appears to you to be a little bit off, seek clarification. Ask. That's the best thing you can do. Ask instead of drawing your own conclusion. Just simply ask. So seeking clarification is also very important. Another thing that can be helpful is to focus on quality communication, right? So things such as face-to-face communication, meeting up, having dinners together, spending time together face-to-face. There are instances where face-to-face might not be possible. You can do video calls and voice calls, because just hearing the person's voice can give you reassurance. It can give you just boost your whole energy, and can help to eliminate some of those anxiety and help to clear up things that you might not be clear about. Another thing that can help is to limit social media exposure. Yes, limit social media exposure. And this can look like a digital detox, just taking some time away from social media, limiting your use on social media, prioritizing what is it that you want to visit social media to do or to look at. And also you can curate your feed, meaning you can unfollow accounts that does not have any positive impact over your life or over your relationship. Unfollow or don't post on person's account that you don't feel that what they're doing or what they're saying is have any sort of positive impact on your relationship. These are some of the things that you can take to help you to overcome all of this anxiety. Focus on trust building activities, right? Spending quality time together is important. Showing appreciation, words of affirmation, the simple things that we do, the simple things that they say, the simple things that they do can be very helpful. Showing that you appreciate your spouse, showing that you appreciate when they show up. I mean, sometimes in relationship, as it relates to long distance relationship, because we're in a digital world and a lot of things are just digital, right? So in cases like those where face-to-face interaction might not be possible, spending quality time on the phone or taking regular trips, just to ensure that you are connecting, just to ensure that you are meeting up, that you're seeing each other, that you are spending quality time together is also so essential. Practice mindfulness and self-care. So using things such as mindfulness techniques just to make sure that you are in the right space, practicing self-care just to ensure that both partners are in a healthy emotional state of mind as it relates to their relationship, as it relates to their commitment, just ensuring that you are on the same page and that you're taking care of self. Because if you're not taking care of self, you will not be able to give to your spouse. So just make sure that you are practicing these techniques that you to ensure that you can be of a positive impact to your partner and also to build a healthier relationship. Last but not least, if you feel really overwhelmed, you have tried these techniques and you feel that they're not working, the best thing that I would advise is to seek professional help. You have couple therapy, you have individual therapy, and individual therapy can help you to build your own self, as well as couple therapy will help you to build each other as a couple. So taking these things into consideration and be mindful that if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like that this is just too much and you cannot deal with it, then it is important that you seek professional help. Now let's recap steps that couples can take to mitigate the impact of overanalysis on instant messages and Facebook. 1. Open and honest communication. 2. Set boundaries. 3. Practice reassurance. 4. Avoid jumping to conclusions. 5. Focus on quality communication. 6. Limit social media exposure. 7. Focus on trust building activities. 8. Practice mindfulness and self-care. And 9 but not least, seek professional help. By implementing these steps, couple can help to reduce overanalysis on social media. It can help to reduce anxiety and help couples to build a stronger and healthier relationship. Now, if any of the information that I provided here you find useful, I am going to ask you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel where you can get many more useful videos on how to navigate relationship issues today. Now, thanks for watching Building a Stronger Bond, where we aim to create stronger homes, stronger churches, and stronger community. And I hope to see you in our next video. Bye.
Like, comment, and subscribe.